In this video, we're going to be looking at a graph and answering some questions about it. There are lots of different ways to display data in a graph. You could use a histogram, a circle graph, a line graph, and all kinds of other things, depending on your data and what works best. For this example, we have a bar graph that's representing the number of candy bars individuals sold during a school fundraiser. We can see that on Monday, Bethany, this purple color here, has sold 45 candy bars. Brenda, in this burgundy color, has sold between 30 and 35. And Jordan, in the yellow, has sold between 25 and 30. Using this bar graph, let's see if we can answer some questions. The first question says, who sold the most number of candy bars on Thursday? So here's Thursday, and we need to know who sold the most. So the biggest or the tallest bar here is this burgundy colored one, which means that is Brenda. So Brenda sold the most on Thursday. Question 2 asks approximately how many candy bars did Bethany sell throughout the week? So Bethany is this purple color, and we're going to have to do a little bit of calculating here. Throughout the week, how many did she sell? Well, on Monday, that bar is up to 45. So on Monday, she sold 45. Let's look at Tuesday. On Tuesday, her purple bar goes up to 15. Let's look at Wednesday. Now, this one's a little bit harder. This purple bar is somewhere between 25 and 30. I'm going to say that's probably about 29. So we'll add 29 to the list on Wednesday. On Thursday, again, we're looking at this purple bar. We're between 25 and 30, but I think that one's more like 27. So let's add 27 to the list. And on Friday, again, between 25 and 30, I think that one's probably about 28. So throughout the week, that's how many she sold each day, and we're looking for that total. So we're going to add all those up, and we're getting 144 candy bars throughout the 5 days of that week. Example 3 says, during the week, a total of 426 candy bars were sold. What percent of those sales were Bethany's? We're going to round to the nearest tenth. Well, Bethany is that purple color. We just did a little bit of work on example 2 that's going to help us here. Remember in example 2, we calculated that Bethany sold 144 total candy bars that week. We want to know what percent of the total sales were Bethany's. We are going to use percent as proportion here to help us out. So if you think back to the percents video, we used a proportion that looked like this. Percent over 100 equals part over the whole. I think that's really going to help us here. Now, the percent is what we're looking for. So in the percent spot of our proportion, I'm going to put X. It's always 100 on the bottom there. And then we need to decide part and whole. So we have 426, which is the total candy bars sold for the week, and 144, which also we have labeled a total. But be careful, that's not the total number of candy bars. That's the total that Bethany sold. She didn't sell every candy bar. She only sold part of the candy bars. She sold 144. So our part is going to be that 144 because that's the part that Bethany sold out of the total number of sold, which is 426. Once we're here, we've got it all set up. It's time to cross multiply. So 426 times x and 144 times 100. To solve for x, we're going to divide by 426 because 426 divided by 426 is 1. So we have 1x here. On the other side, we're going to grab a calculator and do 14,400 divided by 426. And that's going to come out to 33.8. And remember, that's the percent. So Bethany sold 33.8% of all the candy bars that week.